Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
Howdy. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show today, coming to you from the 5th Annual Woody's Waterfront Car Show in San Leon, Texas. Woohoo! Just ahead, another guest who's entered in today's judged car show. We're looking forward to learning about another hot rod. I promise you that. I got to drive the 2023 Infiniti QX50, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Konrad has the cruise-in calendar. You have the cruise-in calendar up?
No.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I don't know.
Yes, sir. He thumbs through the pages. Later, we're going to bring you the stories making automotive news headlines. It's just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Thank you. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, who's somewhere. Wait a minute. I see him coming out of the porta potty down there.
You know, it was a fishing trawler he got on.
Is that what it was?
He was fishing in the porta potty?
Yeah, well,
he was again.
It's connected to the trawler.
King Konrad DeLong is here with us. We also have We Need More Jeff Dziekan. We also have with us today, making a rare special.
And he's really ornery today.
He is ornery.
He's just got this attitude.
He's telling me how to program the show.
He's telling us
we
how to do
have with
everything.
us today, ladies and gentlemen, O.B. Johnson. All right, everybody on their feet.
Yay, Mr. Johnson.
Hey, Don, it's good to see you. O.B., could you change the microphone light in the console, please? You can't? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and read your nut books, because that's, I know that's your thing, going out your pecan farm. Pecan farm, sir.
So,
pecans.
Let's introduce him properly.
David Ainsley. He's here in all of his splendid glory.
With the sun from behind.
Yeah, I know.
All you get is a shadow of David.
That and his hair wafting in the breeze.
No, that's
and
my
there's
hair.
a lot
At
of
least he
breeze.
has some.
It's my hair.
You lost all of yours in the breeze.
Must get the reflection.
Yeah. So, I saw Mars earlier walking this way, but I guess that he's not going
making
to
him walk the plank or something.
Walk the plank.
He's going to walk this way? Sounds like an Aerosmith song.
Way.
Or Run DMC.
Yeah.
Is that who it is,
Yeah.
Run DMC?
Well, they did the cover for it, which I thought was as good as Aerosmith's.
That song actually brought Aerosmith back because they were on the Flounder.
Oh, they did that song together, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah, that was really good.
New audiences.
We were talking last hour about cars that sold at auction on the Hemmings Motor News website.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to continue that. Can we continue that?
Sure.
Because we're at a wonderful car show here. I was going to say a cruise-in, but it's not a cruise-in. It is an actual event, Woody's Waterfront Car Show, here at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas. We're right out on the point of Galveston Bay, and there's a big ship going down the ship channel.
Yeah, there's been a couple
there.
passing through here.
It's a beautiful day. It's a little windy, as you can tell by our microphones.
It's a lot windy.
It's gorgeous, though.
Absolutely.
But that's what's keeping it pleasant.
But,
It's
remember we've been
breeze.
here, we're pouring sweat.
Oh, yeah.
Not a breeze to be had, but
Yeah.
it's an actual beautiful morning.
I got some good shots of the sunrise again. It's
So
gonna
if
be
you're
nice.
out in the area, come on by and take a look at some of these
So
gorgeous
now we're going to
cars.
talk about some of the cars that sold at auction. And we like to play Stump the Band, kind of.
I might be joining another band.
I know you
that.
told me
Yeah.
that.
Are you?
Maybe.
Good for you.
So here is one for you, Konrad. A 2004 Mercury Marauder.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, this is a Crown Vic that when Mercury was in business, they took and they souped it up.
Kind of hot rodded it.
They're
More suspension and black.
Like an
blackout
Interceptor.
trim, right?
Like an Interceptor.
Yeah. How much? 17,000, David guesses.
I'm going to go 9.
9,000.
I'll go 21.
Okay, well, let's meet in the middle. How about a 12.6?
Okay.
See, now, if that's a real Marauder and it's clean, I would consider buying something like that.
Yeah, there's a collectability to that car.
There
But
is.
not as a daily driver. It would be for cruising.
No, as a daily driver.
Really?
Absolutely. And I will tell you this. I have a acquaintance of mine who just got married recently, young guy. He bought at auction a police Tahoe. It's painted black and white. I mean, all they did was take the police stuff
Labels.
off
Stickers
of
on
it.
it.
Yeah, and they took the lights off of it. But you see that thing coming down the street, you
Slam on the brake.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those cars that you can't kill. It'll run forever and ever and ever and ever. Amen.
Yep.
How about, this would be a perfect car for this show, a 1936 Chevrolet pickup truck.
36.
A 1936
Wow.
Chevrolet pickup truck. Now I'm going to hold my hand over the price.
I can't.
You can take a look
I'm
at it.
trying to get a visual
It's
of
a custom.
I'd say about 40.
And
Oh,
it's a,
no, I'm thinking 62.
Well, both of you are wrong. It sold for $36,593.
Wow. It looks good in the photo.
It does, but you never know. The problem with these many times is they've been gone through so many hands and hacked up so many times. And you can slap a paint job on anything and make it look good.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily know what the modifications are that are done to it.
And
in
that's the
Hemmings
scary
article.
part. And or you it
Good
looks
or
like
bad,
it
right?
yeah, it looks like it's got a, an R4 transmission in it, because that's what it looks like on the outside, but it's all been jimmied up and jacked with on the inside to give it some sort of performance thing.
Everybody
and it's
gotta
about
put-
to fall out.
Got to put mud on it everywhere.
Mud, yeah. How about a 1986 Suzuki Samurai? Now we could have shown this. We could have shown this in Woody's show because it qualifies. It's not. What are you holding up 4
86
fingers?
Suzuki Samurai.
You said
If you broke the windshield.
Oh, you're
in
talking
it-
about the price. No, I'm talking about entering it, because you could enter this show if you had an 88 or older car. Yes, 88 or
So
older.
Don could have entered the show. He's 88.
So give me the specs on it
A
again.
1986
Right.
Suzuki Samurai
2,500.
death machine.
$3,000.
Mars?
45,000.
Mars isn't here, but I called you
Mars.
Mars.
Guess is 45. What's David's guess?
What's David's guess?
Mars guessed 45, and I'm 1,500.
Ooh.
1,500.
Yeah.
No, it actually sold. Some nut job bought this thing for $13,125.
You take him to
Why?
It
dinner.
didn't cost that much when it was when it was
Why?
brand new.
Yeah.
Well, it's got patina. You pay for
You
the
remember
patina.
a radio TV guy from back in the day, a friend of mine, Roger Gray? Do you remember
Yeah,
Roger Gray?
yeah.
Roger Gray actually bought one
Oh,
of those
yeah,
things.
that's right. he
You
did,
told us
yeah.
that a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh. How about, here's one. This is for you, Conrad. A 1962 Mercury Monterey.
Oh, cool car.
It's a
Oh, I
great
like
big
it. It's a
4-door
big boat,
sedan.
Yeah. Big fins.
Yeah.
Big fenders.
No
No,
fins.
no fins. That was after 62. Was after the fins.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it rounded off? Kind of looked a little
Did it have
bit.
the weird angle on the back window?
I can't tell
12
in that
grand.
picture.
17.
But I mean, it looks
17.
clean, but you never know.
12 grand.
17.
17.
Yeah, I'd say 21.
9,000.
Oh.
$9,000.
Jeffrey wins.
Now, this one here, I picked this one out specifically for Conrad because, he's a big Oldsmobile fan. Anything Oldsmobile, he's in, right?
Yes.
A 1963 Oldsmobile Jetfire.
Okay. Jetfire was to Oldsmobile what Grand Prix was to Pontiac.
Or the Skylark was to Buick. Sure looks like it to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. No, you said Jetfire?
That's what it says.
Okay, Jetfire was the little F-85. I'm sorry, I thought you said Starfire. Jetfire is the precursor to the Cutlass. And it was with a Jetfire, it actually had a 215 cubic inch all aluminum V8 with a turbocharger on it.
What?
Oh, yeah, from Oldsmobile. And I'll say 25.
I'll go 19.
Conrad, you should have bought this car. $4,600. I'm not sure that
for a real Jetfire.
not sure that the color would really. It's painted like apricot.
Oh, yeah. I like that. That's nice. With cream interior,
I
it'd be a creamsicle.
I would not. Yeah,
A creamsicle
I
car.
would not change a thing on that
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
A '63 Jetfire for $4,600.
Beautiful.
Even Brad Thompson with God's Garage, I think, would buy that.
Yep. And
Oh, yeah,
turn
he-
it around and make it something
yeah.
special. And give it away to.
He'd tub it out.
Oh, God. Well, I've got one for you that I have never seen before. This would be on Chasing Classic Cars, but I haven't even seen it there. Are you ready, Conrad?
Sure.
Have you ever heard of a 1963 ADAX?
Nope.
No.
An ADDAX Type 47. I didn't even know there was a Type 1.
No, but I've got ADD.
He's taking Prevagen for it.
Here's what it looks like. It looks kind of like a cartoon thing. It's a three-wheeler with a body with a nose that sticks up in the air with one headlight
Oh
on.
my gosh.
Is that not ugly? That looks like something that the post office would have bought
That's,
a million of.
$3,600.
Really?
$3,600.
$3,500. Did you saw the price?
No,
though,
I
didn't
didn't. No.
you? Didn't?
No, but Jeffrey was bidding on it.
Yeah.
It would have had to have like a.
I was sniping it.
You know,
Probably had a motorcycle engine. in
either
it.
that or
Well,
a Briggs and Stratton 5
Remember
horsepower. Or
I
something.
did a segment on the Tuk Tuk.
Yes, the
Very
Tuk
similar
Tuk.
to the Tuk Tuk. Yeah.
Here, how about a '68 Vespa? We don't usually venture into motorcycling.
Oh gosh, that's two things you picked that are in history today.
1968 Vespa 150.
$1,700.
Oh no, I'll say about $4,000.
Actually, $4,600.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there's a collectability for the Vespa.
And we used to make
I don't
so-
understand.
We used to make big fun. I see a creeper. I see a creeper walking the coastline over here, and he's got a white beard and mustache.
Sunglasses.
And he's going bald, and I know that
He's
guy.
going bald.
Yeah,
Aren't we all?
I know him. You know him too. So
Yeah, the creeper.
who was?
He's looking for his white van.
Well, no, he's not. But look who I found. That ain't Woody. Hey, sit your butt down over here. We want to talk to you. Okay, sit down. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest auto writers that has ever lived. And you know him from the Houston Chronicle. For how many years at the Chronicle? 38 years at the Houston Chronicle. Ladies
You got to
and
put
gentlemen.
that on so people
And you
can
got to
hear
sit
you.
down. There
Yeah,
you
you
go.
got to sit down. And, yeah.
This is radio, not newspaper.
Yeah. 38 years at the Houston
We can
Chronicle.
spread some newspaper on the floor around you.
And I'll bet you that you didn't start as the automotive writer there, did you?
No, I didn't.
What did you start as?
I was a hot metal printer.
You were at the printing press.
You were here last year.
I was.
Yeah, you were here. Yeah, we interviewed you.
You
last
know
year.
Tim Spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was creeping. That's
Pull
why I
that
didn't know.
microphone up to your mouth a little
Okay,
bit.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is radio. A little
Radio,
bit closer, a little
okay,
bit closer. There you go. Tim Spell, how in the heck are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Just
It's so good to see you.
it's great being here.
It's great to be seen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than being observed too.
Yeah, and absurd. Well, yeah. I did not know that. You worked in the printing side.
I did.
I
Thank you,
I was a
ma'am.
journeyman hot metal printer.
How old were you? 10?
Well, I started in the newspaper business when I was 15. I was an
Delivering?
I was an inserter.
An inserter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were big at the time.
Yeah, they were. And so I worked my way up to the circulation office, and then became a printer, and then worked my way through college, and then started the automotive.
So this was your first job at the Chronicle.
Yeah.
So you worked from your first job all the way through retirement.
Yeah.
38
Unbelievable.
years with the same company.
I've never known anybody to do that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I was not a tumbleweed. I stayed at one place. Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Well, you see them come and go. Actually, you actually went through, 2 or 3 buildings, and they tore down the last one.
They did. Yeah.
They tore it down. I don't know what's there now. It's an office building or parking lot downtown.
Well, it was originally we had it was Jesse Jones Endowment, and then Hearst bought the paper.
Right.
So so I had some changes of leadership there.
Boy, talking about changes.
Yeah.
The newspaper business, lots of changes. Does it even exist anymore?
They're still doing newspapers? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Need something for the bottom of the parrot cage.
The Port Arthur News still comes out.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, my mother gets it. It's 6 pages.
Oh.
And they're looking for somebody to write some columns,
Yeah.
but only one person for the whole paper.
They've got a wheelchair segment, but they need an automotive writer for it.
I actually worked for the Port Arthur News. So
You what?
I worked for the Port Arthur News. That was when I was my first job as an inserter. That's my hometown, Port Arthur.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
He graduated from Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
Football rivalries.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Aren't you sweet? Thank you so much. We now have, ladies and gentlemen, some fine topwater grill Bloody Marys, and it's about time, too.
Oh, boy.
Because everything that we've all been through this morning on this broadcast, I get 2.
Thank you.
Tim? Look at you.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
I didn't
Let's
expect this. Yeah.
Spill it all over these electronics. How about that?
Well, that would be over at David's end of the table. You get one, David?
Dave's got one.
So, Tim,
Put it
how,
real
how
close
many
to the
years did
console.
you do the auto part of it?
I did about 25.
That's a lot of free cars.
Yeah.
But
There
not
was
only
a
that,
lot of cars.
The other thing Tim did, he helped start the Texas Auto Riders. He was one of, you were like,
Oh.
Well, you're the original
one of the
bunch.
first 5.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
And boy, it's all gone to hell in a handbasket now.
Go back to creeping.
And the Texas Truck Rodeo, I founded that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Didn't know they lost it. Glad you found it.
See, you got up this morning thinking, I'm going to go and I'm going to see those guys and, you know.
Minding my own business. And
That's right.
Come
Yeah,
over
boy.
here to get harassed.
Yeah, that's right. We pulled that chain, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yep. So what are you doing today in retirement? Nothing?
Pretty much nothing. I have an old car that I've been working on. That's about it. It's a 1949 Ford Club Coupe.
No, cool.
Yeah, flathead in it. So
Well, I get. Well, since you live down here now, I guess the breeze like today wouldn't be bad. But the heat we've had, my gosh.
it has been tough. And and again, if you have a flathead Ford, you don't want to be running it in 100-degree heat.
No.
It
because
only runs for short periods of time.
Yeah, they do overheat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is that.
Yeah. So I just
So did you bring it out, or are you still working on
no.
it?
It's at the end of the street where I live.
And how
Right
far
over
is that?
there.
Did you walk here?
Actually, I took my golf cart.
Talk the golf cart.
Yeah.
And the police let you do that?
They did. But I joined the early Ford VA Club of Houston,
Okay.
and so it's really been quite informative.
Do you ever go to any of the meetings?
I do, yeah. I have to drive all the way into Houston, but it's been, it's great. Just tons of information.
What have you learned about working on this car? Have you never had one before, have you?
No, not a flathead. No.
Yeah. And I mean, have you done any engine work on it?
Only superficial stuff. I've changed out the carburetor and the fuel pump and the thermostats, and I just put electric windshield wipers.
No.
Yeah. And,
Instead of the old vacuum ones
vacuum,
that
yeah.
quit working when you stepped on the gas?
Exactly. And I did a conversion, 12 volt, and just cleaned up. I gutted it and put a new interior in it, and so that was.
Now, did
So
you do
you're
the
doing
upholstery
work
yourself?
at the house?
What's that?
You're doing the work at the house?
I am.
Oh, good for
Yeah.
you.
Did you put your own upholstery in it?
I did.
Do you do tuck and roll? I can get you some business.
Actually, I had the seats done, and I did all of the door panels.
Nice.
Okay. Good
and
for
I did
you.
So I can't. I did the pleats on the door panels, but the way I did it, obviously I can't sew or anything. So I got plastic lattice work and covered the lattice pieces with upholstery, and then bolted and glued them on there. It looks great.
That's exciting.
There you go.
Yeah.
And when that doesn't work anymore,
Yeah.
you can take it and has it skirting around a
trailer.
A trailer.
Yeah. There you go. I can do that. Yeah,
And it's a business for you right there.
yeah, I'm ready.
What you're looking for is a business.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I just want to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been retired for quite a while now, so it's
I know.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I thought I might see you down here, and the last time I saw you actually working, and I saw you many, many, many times at the Houston Auto Show, the
Right.
new car show. And whenever he walked in, I don't know what it is about this guy, but he has a seat open next to him, and there I sit. So he's trying to be all serious and everything, and I'm shooting jokes and being funny, and he's taking notes,
being Don,
which
and
is a
he's-
rarity.
and he's being all print reporter-ish.
He records everything with his handheld recorder.
I do, and I always tried to avoid Don if I could, but I couldn't stick around. It was like
I know. I'm
bad penny.
like a bad piece of gum that gets stuck on your shoe.
yeah. So, you are entertaining though. That's
Well, I don't know, but I don't do it intentionally.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah. Well, I miss interviews. I miss I'm glad I got to meet a lot of the legends back in the day,
Yep.
and a lot of them who are gone now, and I became pretty good friends with a lot of.
Did you get to meet Carroll Shelby?
A lot.
Really?
I knew him very well.
That's one I wish I had.
I had a
met.
cell phone number, in fact, where I could call him. And the first time that I met him was, I think, 1991 at Indy. Chrysler was setting up an interview, and I was thinking, man, this is great. I get to meet this legend. And so I walk into the suite, the Chrysler suite, and all I hear is PR people going at it with Shelby. Blankety blank blank blank, and they go back and forth, and so it was, it was quite the, he just didn't cooperate very well. He was kind of cantankerous.
Yes.
But went on, and he drove me around Indy, and at the time I had one of those cell phones that looked like a walkie-talkie,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I handed it to him, and so we did a radio. While he was taking me around Indy.
How cool is that?
Yeah. And but I got to ride with him a lot and interview him a lot, and I've got a lot of stories.
How about A.J. Foyt?
That's the strangest thing. I've seen him many times, but I never really got to interview him. Lee Iacocca, I got to spend a lot of time with him.
How about DeLorean?
No. Craig Breedlove.
Oh wow, he just passed.
Yeah, he did. It was really interesting. One of the most fascinating things, he was telling me is that the most comfortable he was when he was just about, to do a speed run. He can get away from all the media, all the hype, everything, all the sponsors, and just concentrate.
Yeah, focus in on that one thing and let the rest of the garbage go.
And he said the weirdest thing, when you get close to the speed of sound, you have the illusion that you're driving straight into the ground. And he said you have to combat that the whole time because it feels like you're going right into the ground. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard that.
Yeah.
That is
Well, you've never
bizarre.
gone that fast.
Yeah, right.
I've tried, but I never.
But so I got to do some speed runs during my years there, so I enjoyed that kind of stuff at Black Rock, and then I went out and hung out with people at SoCal at Bonneville, and of course I did Texas Mile quite a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was
Yeah, we've had them on the show a couple
Yeah.
of times. They're a lot of fun.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, I did not know this about you and the Texas Truck Rodeo.
Yeah, I founded it.
He's the mastermind.
So what prompted you to have that ingenious idea in the state of Texas?
Well, all the other clubs, they were doing these car events, these
Right.
car competitions among manufacturers. And I said, how can we distinguish ourselves? Since Texas was this enormous truck market.
Yep.
I said,
Still is, yeah.
yeah, I said, let's do a truck competition.
So back then, was it just trucks?
Yeah, it was just truck, SUVs.
That was the beginning of the SUVs.
Yeah, it was the beginning of the SUVs. But
You remember what year that was?
94. Well, it was 93 for the 94
Right, model year. Yeah.
And it was cool. I mean, in this competition, what we did, we even had mud pits, and we got to do mud races in the manufacturer's car. It was
How fun!
It was a nightmare for the people who had to clean the
Clean
cars.
the cars.
Or the one who had to tow it out of the mud.
There,
Yeah.
there was oil in the mud and all these rocks and stuff. They all chipped up, but it was a lot of fun.
I'll bet.
Yeah,
Tear it up.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
Hold my beer.
We also had Bob Bondurant. This is a separate thing. Come out. He was Carroll Shelby's friend.
Right.
I have a story about him too. And we had competitions between the Detroit Auto Riders and the Texas Auto Riders.
Oh my
in
gosh!
the mud pit. So it was fun, and I've got a good Shelby Bondurant story, but it's I had to clean it up a little bit.
Well, kinda.
Yeah, kind of. Okay. Well, Shelby was telling me, Bondurant has a reputation for liking women. In fact, I asked him. I said in an interview, I said, "Do you like racing or women better?" Cars? He said, "Women, hands down." So that was his reputation. So back, he and Shelby were racing in Mexico, And Shelby fixed him up with this local girl. And you know what Bondurant had on his mind,
Yeah.
So, and Shelby, according to Shelby, Bondurant was also very cheap too. And so he went to pick up this girl, and when she opened the door, her entire family was there, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. And he ended up having to buy them dinner.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So he was disappointed.
Yeah, was he? I'll bet. Yeah.
And,
I can imagine.
Yeah.
How fun. What a great story.
Yeah. I was just thinking another Shelby story. He was telling me that back in, I think it was '68, that Chevrolet was going to market this King of the Road brand. And I think it was one of their performance cars, probably Corvette. And so he heard that. He liked the King of the Road. So he sent in his lawyers kind of overnight and stole that name from him and got his copyright attorneys and everything.
Yeah.
He stole the King of the Road name.
For the KR Cobra, or Shelby.
GT 500
KR.
KR. And so he was real proud of that.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that it paid him well.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, he did okay. But yeah.
How true is the Shelby versus Ferrari story, the movie?
I think a lot of it was true. Yeah, and I mean I knew a few of those characters, but I didn't know Ken Miles and those guys. So I actually learned a lot myself.
But Bondurant was represented in the movie as well
Bondurant
as one of the competitive drivers.
Yes, he was represented in the movie, and but it was really fun getting to know those guys, and so I got to spend 30 minutes with Iacocca, and that was.
I want you to save that story.
Okay.
Because I want you to tell that story on the other side of the break.
Okay.
All right.
We do a break or your review?
We're going to do a break.
Okay, I got to get
and
out of
then,
this.
And then we'll do the review later. We got lots of time.
Yeah.
We got another hour and a half.
Yes, sir.
We got a whole day.
Yep.
Now that we finally got ourselves on the air.
We got another guest sitting over there.
Okay.
So we got stuff
Okay.
backing up. We're
All
good.
right. Well, listen. I'd rather have it that way than nothing.
That's right.
You got a real guest though. Listen over here, yeah.
No, you are the guest. You're the man in the hot seat at the moment, anyway.
Yeah, if you just pull that microphone up a little bit better, you'd be so much
That's
cooler.
what you get
Yeah.
for creeping around.
Yeah, that's right. When I saw you, I thought,
boy,
there's
where's
our
his-
next guest.
Where's his van at?
Hey, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com, and podcasts are available on over a dozen of the most popular, sought-after podcast outlets. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this. Wait, David, hold on.
Hold on,
because
David.
I have to look at another.
David.
Shh. Hey, David, you just calm down over there. Well, we'll put the brakes on because I have to look at this sheet. Things have changed around and the wind is blowing. Otherwise, I'd have the sheet in a place that I can
And the
do
sun's
it.
up.
We'll be back after these words.
The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggie Land? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere.
Rogers Dab Chevrolet and GM Performance is proud to be a part of America's largest block party. It's the 27th annual Cruising the Coast, October 1st through the 8th. Great antique, classic, hot rod, and dragsters all along a 30-mile stretch of beach. Bay St. Louis, Biloxi, Gulfport, Ocean Springs, Pascagoula, and more. Rogers Dab Chevrolet and GM Performance will be on site October 5th through the 8th at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum, manning the Chevrolet trailer displays. Come see us. For additional information at cruisingthecoast.com. Biggest race in the country. Also, Rogers Dab Chevrolet GM Performance is proud to be a part of the 10th annual Lone Star 600 at Devil's Bowl Speedway in Mesquite. October 6th and 7th, $25,000 to win. Any car can race and is locked into the race. 300 laps, both nights, 7 o'clock start times. Racers from all around the U.S. and beyond. Additional information at LoneStar600.com. Rogers Dab Chevrolet and GM Performance.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora,